It's okay, Buck. Well, it's been some time, hasn't it?
It has. I was wondering if we could make a little reaction.
Yeah, I'd be delighted.
Thanks.
Comics Plus, what is going on? My name is Akasan.
What's up, Mina? DC-san, Genki.
I must admit, it's not entirely unpleasant to see you.
Likewise. It's good to see you too. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
DC Sun is back here. We had to do this week. We wanted to do it last week, but things got in the way. So we're here for another pinnacle episode, episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. So,
yes.
how have you been?
Okay.
And yeah,
Oh,
he's
that was
already
just-
dropping stuff.
it's
scuffed.
already back. No, Power Cable. I'm good. The first 2 episodes were quite interesting because it took me a moment to reacclimate myself because like I feel like I mentioned before,
Right.
I feel like I miss him. It's like, wait, how is he?
How did
How did Fisk get out of prison?
Right.
Like straight up, I feel like I'm missing something because between the TV
Snap
show
to
with
it.
Maya,
Yeah.
so let's say Infinity War Endgame, Maya, actually end of the first series of Daredevil,
Right.
Infinity War,
Echo.
Maya,
Yeah,
Echo,
Echo, yeah.
and then now I'm like, how did he get out? Because the
Right.
agreement was your wife goes free. I don't, search for her or bring her to justice the way that I'm doing this with you, but you have to stay in jail and leave my friends alone. After that, I'm like, hold up, your boys
You're just walking around.
just
right?
walking around.
Yeah.
Your boys lost some weight, got to the gym, all kind of stuff.
Biggest theory, the biggest fan theory that, because they haven't really explained it, honestly speaking, biggest theory a lot of people have said is the fact that he probably Fisk just slipped through the cracks with the legal system. Like just because he agreed.
Because of the
Right,
snap
because
kind
of
of
the
thing.
snap. Just because he agreed and he got arrested and he was in jail doesn't mean that he faced his full arrangement. It's not so hard to believe that the world went into chaos when half the population was killed or disappeared.
True.
And so there was probably there might have been some sort of arraignment. Half the people means half the legal justice system, legal processors, evidence is disappearing, whatever.
Witnesses,
so,
all kinds of stuff.
Exactly. So I'm sure that's probably the best way to explain it, but I don't know. I think it's the least of our concerns right now because he's a changed man.
He is, but
thanks to what happened. I'm assuming thanks to what happened in Echo. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it more of like the process. So like his interaction with Matt, getting broken, beat down, physically, mentally, emotionally, losing his wife to that situation. Because in front of her, he looks like less of a man.
Right.
He always looked at trying to be
True.
more than.
True.
So that really broke him down to the basics. And as he's rebuilding himself, it's like, I could be a better person by doing these things. I have this dark side, but I should try and do this. Maybe. But then watching the first 2 episodes, I kid you not, it feels a little too real world right now.
Fair. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Because it's like you have people looking
Wearing
at him,
blue
it's like,
hats.
yeah,
Fisk can fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, Fisk can fix it, but also just like the layers, like it feels too now.
Okay. I mean, I'm honestly, when I get the time, I'm going to read the, I don't even know what the name of the title is called, but it came out a few years ago. But it's actually where Fisk is in control of New York, and he runs it's similar to the Patriot Act that started the Civil War in the comics, but in the MCU we know it as the Sokovia Accords, but it's essentially more of like a hero registration situation. Yeah, and like he's going after all costume freaks,
and he's probably doing the same thing.
That's essentially
here in the show.
Yeah, I mean, he said it himself. He's like, any activity, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And then the Spider-Man mention as well.
Yeah, they were like giving nods all over the place. It was like, yeah, you got this person over here, you got Spider-Man over there.
Right.
Hey, can you come jump in the show maybe once? Just
let's do it.
Just walk across the camera.
We'll see. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where it's gonna go. I don't know how deep we're gonna get into it, but I think you mentioned it, and even Vincent, what's his last name? Del.
Yep, I'm not gonna murder that.
Yeah,
last
exactly. The guy who plays Kingpin. I mean, the director, all of them, directors. I'm sorry, they've all mentioned that like it's essentially a case of duality. That both Matt and Wilson are pretending to be people that they're not really comfortable with. They're just trying to be better versions of themselves.
Oh yeah, that watching them in that
in
that diner.
Turmoil.
Yeah, I'm looking at them and it's like you're basically the two sides of the same coin. And I'm looking at them, it's like you're both looking at each other as a mirror image of what you don't want to be, but what you are. Because both of them have a dark side, and they know that if they did that, it'd be too much for everybody around them. And to be a better person, they almost need to be a completely different person.
Correct.
But it's not natural to either of them.
Yeah, they're
and,
definitely fighting their urges.
But you could see it. You could see it slowly peeling apart from both of them. Like, yeah, this is gonna blow up.
Oh, okay. Well, Kingpin New Year's greetings and Christmas greetings. That's what they need to invest in. Merry Christmas.
Do you think Kingpin's wife is gonna
be the tipping point?
Yeah, but I'm looking at it as like be the tipping point, but also maybe just like you left, so I'm just gonna take over. I don't need you anymore. It may not. I'm sure they want the fans to kind of feel that at first, as like to throw you a curveball, because it definitely felt like that.
I know what you're
like,
saying.
Ooh, that's not cool, but that'd be interesting.
I thought that as well, but I do feel like the Queen Pin is going to be a situational thing, but not confronting Kingpin. I do think
more like confronting Matt.
No, not even that. I think she's just going to be kind of keeping the Empire arisen, but Wilson himself has to come to terms with the fact of like, is Vanessa, what's more important, him being him true to himself and being the Kingpin, or letting Vanessa take over? Like,
okay.
There's a lot of characters that have that situation. Breaking Bad with not Hannibal, Heisenberg.
Okay.
There was an issue between Heisenberg and the teacher. The name is escaping. Walter White versus Heisenberg. It's Wilson Fisk versus the Kingpin. Like, how far away?
Because it's your inner turmoil.
Exactly. How far away can you get from your passion personality? That it doesn't. You just flip out one day and you're just like, okay, I'm done. So I personally think that this whole thing with being a mayor is going to be Wilson's undoing, regardless of Daredevil, regardless of costume freaks, regardless of
definitely because he can't control people the way he used to.
Wilson is going to be his own demise. Norman Osborn is probably the only person. Well, that's not true, but within the Marvel universe, Norman Osborn is one of the only people that I feel that can handle that side, and it's his darker Goblin side is the minor point that we often see in the
more
comics
so than
now.
Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom is Doom. Is Doom.
Doom is Doom.
Doom is Doom. Doom is always
because he never really changes his face.
He's proud of it. He's like, look, I am everything here. Same as Namor. That's why they get along. But Osborn is kind of more like the Lex Luthor of the Marvel universe, and recently they've made him like that. But I feel like that's the thing. It's like forefront in personality, they play the savvy and savage businessman with giving in to their fetishes, their dark side fetishes, every once in a while. But it's not something that they want to be the majority of the time. Whereas Fisk needs to be the Kingpin, whether he likes it or not. That is who he
because
is.
That's him.
The same as Matt. I personally think he kind of had a iffy reason to give up being Daredevil at that moment in time. Like, I get it. If he killed Poindexter, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. But I mean, the dude lived, so it's like
he did, but I think he also looked at it as like
he gave into the sin.
because he gave into it and chucked him off. I was like,
Yeah,
he walked it off. He's like,
exactly.
like,
Right?
be right.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it,
Yeah.
guys. The trial of White Tiger. Let's hope he gets out of this.
That's right.
There's a whole nother story going on, man. Like that's the question I have. Is like, and I'm sure we're gonna get answers to it later, but I'm just like, yo, what is up with those cops? It was just a crooked back end.
There were crooked cops that were basically trying to get over on their CI,
right?
And their CI basically didn't have the cash to come up with, so it was like, we're just gonna beat you up. That's
my assumption, but there's also the whole thing about them being part of the Punisher squad, Punisher influence police squad.
Yeah, so it's like
we'll see.
What is it? We were watching. It's like the Joker. The Joker influenced his fans by his actions, basically from the first movie. And they tried to carry it into the second movie, but it didn't go so well.
Oh, right.
But basically, it was he had fans who basically like, oh well, the Joker is our hero kind of thing.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Through chaos.
Okay, here we go. Full reaction available on Patreon, guys. This is Daredevil Born Again. The reaction starts now.
Right now.
My wife and I have lots of work to do.
His enunciation is great.
Doesn't croak, it sings its name.
Oh wow.
It's the music of the island.
You're gonna see that beach again, Hector. I promise. You're gonna be reunited with your family.
I don't know.
Are you sure about that? Let's hope so.
You know what this reminded me of?
Westworld?
Yeah. And
Black
Sails.
Oh,
yeah. Part of me feels like it's not going to happen for him.
Right.
And it might
White
be the
Tiger.
beginning of the tipping point for Matt.
Maybe.
Because like the justice system failed.
Again.
You have failed this city.
I would love to see Daredevil versus CWL.
Typhoon, bad for
Yeah. But just be kind of interesting to see because they're very similar, honestly. Yeah.
They are.
Ooh, is that the
last
Bowie?
season where
Henry Cavill? Gentlemen.
No, it's Moon Knight.
No, I'm just joking.
Oscar Isaacs, what's up?
Silly wee bastard.
Woof. Ah, they killed him too.
Yeah, he's a witness.
I have no problem taking my piece and putting it to their head. That's it.
All right, Mario.
You want answers from me? I don't have them. Sorry.
Okay, well, that was a waste of an interview, huh?
No. That was very New York of him too.
Yeah. I've been wondering, I've noticed his diet restriction is getting like even worse, like flatter than before. He was always minimal though. I think it was always eggs. Wow, what is that outfit? You know, I also get a lot of Melania views, vision. Like she's kind of like a prisoner being trapped. Oh, wait, what? Is that fresh?
So you noticed that? You just noticed that?
I mean, he's been
in the last episode, his knuckles were bloody also. So he's doing
something privately, right?
Yeah. So he's working out that stress somehow. Maybe he's picked up boxing.
Maybe he's punching white walls.
But I'm actually
triggered. What is that all about?
I'm so happy.
I think
they didn't die.
Luke Cage was filmed around here as well.
So they're in Harlem?
I think so, because I swear this was in the first season of Luke Cage. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's this thing they say in boxing: the best cure for a black eye is fast hands.
Objection. Sustained. Come on, Mr. Murdoch.
What's your problem? So I make sure I know something.
I kind of really wanted to hear his heartbeat. Oh my God! Wow. Fuck. What did he say?
What did he say?
Something testify.
We shouldn't have had him testify, or did
Right.
he, or did he just
right.
lie?
Yeah. He shouldn't have had him testify.
Or he can't testify.
Right. What?
Warrant officer. Get out of the van, asshole.
It's a decoy. It's
I
gotta
hope
be a
so.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Please hurry up, man.
Hurry, please.
There we go.
They're here.
Oh, thank you. I feel like Matt.
Right?
Draw the witness.
Fuck.
Told you.
I wonder what they got on him.
The beginning of the catalyst to push him with it. His kid.
Right. Yeah, Buck.
Who the buck is he?
Right? That's what I want to know too.
30 minutes late.
Oh, Tracksuit Boys.
I don't work for that. I work for the man.
Who's the man?
You're punishing me for that.
Exactly.
Punishing you for anything.
Leaving me out in the cold.
Honestly, they were working better doing that than with her in there. Yeah.
She's there, yeah.
You intervened that night because you're a hero.
And he's also talking to himself.
She's like,
yeah.
don't
So I yell, yes or no? Are you the vigilante known as the White Tiger? Objection! Yes or no? This or no?
He needed to pull something out. 'Cause
Right.
I don't think that Mr. Ayala is gonna get the fair try. You know why? He's Puerto Rican. He's gonna single him out.
They're in
Like I
Miles.
said, this
they're
is
in Miles
becoming a little
area.
too real.
Right. I'm about to see Miles walking down coming out the bodega. Right. He kind of reminds me of Puerto Rican Hugh Jackman.
Was it your secret to tell?
You know, Hector, if you are acquitted, your White Tiger days are over.
Right.
I don't think you understand. Being the White Tiger is more than just putting on a suit. It's who I am. It's a calling. You might as well ask me to stop breathing.
Other ways to contribute. Ways that don't require a mask.
Ha!
You have to think about your family
He's
now.
talking to himself.
They need you.
Yeah.
More police reports. Officer Reyes. Officer Wong. Officer Morales.
What?
Officer Grant.
Morales.
These.
His dad.
Different versions
Jeff,
of the same
yep.
story. And it isn't the story
There you
of
go.
anyone who has a vendetta against the police. Would any of you walk into battle with one arm
Right.
tied behind your back? I wouldn't.
And why would
That's
you
a
tell
lie.
people his secret
Hector
like that?
Ayala goes out. And whether Hector Ayala is wearing a White Tiger suit or not, he's a hero.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Well done.
I go to church every Sunday. I sit in my usual pew. I give money to my parish. Then I drive out to Queens to see my mother.
You
Does
know
that
why?
make me a good person?
Just makes you
That's a
white.
trick question.
You're so
Frankly, it's a false premise. Good people, bad people can do good things. Humans.
Fair.
All Hector Ayala might have done some good things.
Heel
Does
turn.
it make him organs are eviscerated? Your body twists up like a circus balloon full of blood. But here's the kicker. You're still alive.
Live. Right.
But we're supposed to be okay with that, right? Because he's done some nice things for you. Real heroes don't need to hide.
Wow. It's speaking to him though too. That's. You think guilty or not guilty? I feel like it's gonna be a split thing. Like he's not guilty, but he
he's
still
not
needs.
innocent.
You're right. He still needs to serve time for something.
On the count of murder in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty.
But
Guilty.
The jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Last one.
The
Guilty.
jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Okay. Hey.
Matter is concluded.
Oh, that's it. But the cops ain't gonna let this shit slide, bro. Dude, isn't this exactly what happened in Batman Begins?
Yeah.
Not guilty. Y'all got to feel me. Really? Kingpin? Come on, man. Since you just watched the season 3 again, is this the same apartment that Elektra was in? Or did he move?
it got pretty much destroyed.
Okay.
And then
You're
they
talking about your friend
got money,
Foggy Nelson,
rebuilt
right?
it, refurnished it,
Oh.
because and then he didn't have to pay rent anymore.
Got it. Yeah.
May God
Oh.
hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
Oh.
The Ayala verdict is an absolute miscarriage of justice.
Really? Wow. You really gonna go back out there like that? Okay. Is this the Puerto Rican Wakanda theme? These white Taiga called him too.
Wears a mask
He might be
to cover his face.
taking the L. They really have
Yeah.
been some white.
Right.
White.
Bro, he looked like Kick-Ass. He really out here looking like Kick-Ass, bro.
And the acquittal of Hector Ayala demands that I keep it.
What? Who is it? Shut up. No.
No. That's that's a misdirect.
That's completely, and that's got to be why Frank comes back. Like,
Because they're using his image
Yep.
for the wrong
Yep.
things.
Yep. Oh, the beach. That's fucked up.
Yeah, especially since Matt was like, I promise you'll see it again.
Yep.
It's like,
I mean, y'all, there you have it. That's the latest episode of The Hollow of His Hand. Rest in peace, Hector Ayala.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, the title makes more sense now. Because the last thing that his new girlfriend told
Right,
him
in
was,
the hollow,
hollow of
yeah,
your hand
yeah.
made, Foggy and
Right. Matt.
his no, Foggy and his, I think it was his the preacher, rest in
Right.
the hollow of his hand, and now Hector. I was like, man,
Wow. Sucks. So I'm assuming the amulet, it just gives. Does it strengthen the back of his skull?
you mean the side of the skull? Because it went out, went in one side, came out the other.
I'm just saying, like, is like
No,
shoot the
apparently
bullet back
he's-
out and like
he's not,
regenerative abilities. Yeah.
He's definitely not Poindexter. He's not Bullseye.
Right.
But think of it like this: the amulet is somewhat similar to like the amulet that Vixen.
Vix. I knew you were gonna say Vixen. Yeah.
So I was like, man, this sucks.
I know. So yeah, probably White Tiger ain't coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
gonna.
not in that iteration.
I'm just gonna say though.
Does that mean that that studio apartment he bought is now justly fit since she's by herself?
Good point. Wait, what? For the wife?
The wife, yeah.
I was just
Since he's no longer around.
Honestly speaking, I was assuming the niece is gonna take over.
Oh, the
eventually,
niece is gonna take over
eventually.
Yeah.
Because interesting in Marvel Snap, my introduction to White Tiger, and I get it kind of confused because I keep on thinking it's Wildcat from the DC.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of similar.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
No.
But anyways, my introduction to White Tiger is actually female. In Marvel Snap, it's a female, and so I was just okay. That's probably going to be and very much just like Wildcat. I believe a female.
I think it's his. It may be his
or
niece,
something like that. Yeah.
Or someone related to him because she has the same last name.
Like I said, Puerto Rican Black Panther. The mantle of the White Tiger must be passed down.
When the Punisher walked up that...
Bruh, that ain't the Punisher.
He walked up the shadow and said, there will
That
be
pissed
no
me off
challenge
so much,
today. Sorry.
Oz on the throne! I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I think they did a good job of making it that way. But I'm not gonna lie. Like when he came out in those white Levi's,
those white Levi camouflage pants.
I honestly I understand how they were trying to make them all urban, and came out with the strap boots and everything.
The boots I didn't mind, but those pants was like that's a little too urban.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like you had the white tiger-esque motif going on up here. Right here, you had that camouflage pattern, and then the pants. It's like, oh,
it's essentially. It kind of reminds me of like Moon Knight, if Moon Knight didn't look cool
from the dollar store.
Or like a kick-ass Moon Knight or whatever. Like I get it. I think that's actually a really good.
His character would be called Moonlit.
I think that's a really good. They did it really well in the sense of like that's why Moon Knight, especially someone who wears all white, fighting at night, they make it where it's kind of creepy and mysterious. Batman's a whole nother thing, but if you just have a dude just walk the street like that.
Yeah, it's like something's wrong with
Right.
him.
Right.
He's clearly
Right.
clearly
Like it
off.
reminds me a lot of that one dude, Phoenix. You remember the guy who I'm talking about? He's a real dude. He called him Phoenix Jones, maybe Phoenix Jones.
Phoenix Jones. Basically, he was He's like in the Midwest, I think it was.
Was
he was
it?
walking
Yeah,
around, and he was basically helping out the average
Right.
person.
Same
He was
deal.
kind of.
And it's kind of
jacked.
what Kick-Ass was based on as well.
Yeah.
Like that's kind
But
of
he
what
could feel pain.
just the whole
Because
deal
he talked about it.
with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fine. I'm glad it worked out that particular way. But I just thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, damn, bro, you got a reign. You're free. Take a holiday. Take a break.
Yeah, and that's how I knew it wasn't gonna last.
Yep.
Because he got arraigned. You saw the police officers' reactions
Yep.
to it. And you saw some of them just like they had that look. It was like, oh, I want to shoot him now, but can't. And it's like, okay, either A, he's gonna get set up and they're gonna shoot him, or B, they're gonna do something to him and his family. And I was right. He got set up and they shot him because they faked a sound that made him think that someone was in danger. He's like, oh, let me go check that out. He's running. It's like, bruh, you've been doing this for how long? You don't check your corners?
Right. Good point.
Especially in the city. It's literally a blind spot.
Good point.
No puns and anything to Matt. It's like, and then you just see dude walk out from the shadows. Like as soon as he got up, because I'm looking at the street he's on.
Yep.
Run up the alley and like.
Yep.
Because it's the darkest spot.
It's all
and lo and
good.
behold, I was right, and I hate that. I hate that someone came from that corner and popped him.
So
here's it's not the Punisher. If it is the Punisher,
nah, it's not the Punisher.
If they try and spin it like it is, then Hector did something bad. And you know why I won't like that? Because it'll make everything that happened in this episode a moot point.
I see.
So I'm hoping that it's someone like the police officer.
I'm pretty sure it's
the one that stopped Cherry that somehow mysteriously ended up on the. It's like he's fast. He gets on the motorcycle, stops Cherry. Like he's got some powers. He just wasn't with him when he was getting that ass whooped. He stops Cherry, and then you don't see him in the courtroom anymore.
Right.
On either day.
Right.
So I'm like, So then you see him get shot, and I'm like, yeah, it's that cop.
So
that's my feeling. It's him.
Right.
Getting back at him because he got away.
So there's a whole sort of thing. I'm just going to call it the Punisher Corps, the Punisher Cop Corps, or whatever. Like, I hope we're going to understand more information about that down the line. It doesn't get like muddled up because I really would like to kind of see that situation. It's like, look, man, like, I get it.
Like the Batman, basically. Like loosely what they were talking about in the Joker, but I would say visually and verbally more along the lines of what happened in the Batman movie.
Essentially, it's an old like inner cop gang, sorority type of thing going on.
Brotherhood.
Because personally, I feel like the only misdirect at this moment in time, outside of the whole thing of it being the Punisher, is that Fist was involved. I'm not the way they have it set up. He might be involved, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not.
He meaning who?
Fisk. Like he inadvertently hired one of the cops to go out and shoot a white tiger.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
No, but what I'm saying,
if he didn't, I would say it's his wife.
Right.
Because she already went behind his back to do something else. Or maybe because she did that, he's like, I don't like that this happened and I can't control it. So I'm going to hire someone to have that done.
So the only two questions I'm wondering though, because I'm wondering,
and blaming the Punisher so they can bring him down. That would make sense.
Not a bad idea. It's not a bad play.
That would make sense because he's like, I don't want any vigilantes around. You've got dirty cops that are, following the rule of thumb for a Punisher. So it's like, as much violence as possible, and they're not upholding the law like they're supposed to. So in turn, they're also vigilantes. But he's like, I want them all off the street. And we get rid of him by using the Punisher, and then saying that the Punisher is crazy. He's got issues.
That's actually a pretty.
He has no problem killing cops. So then you put it on him. So it's like hunt them all down.
Because here's the other thing that was also brought up in season 2, episode 2, was the fact that I think Fisk has a thing. He has it out for vigilantes.
Oh,
things
absolutely.
like that. But the other one is the fact that he needs to win over the police force as well, because that was a whole thing.
Because
with
the police
Yeah,
commissioner is definitely not on his side.
right. But he's staying on because Fisk wants him to stay on and everything. Because he was about to leave.
No, he's not staying on because Fisk wants him to stay on. He's
I mean,
staying
he
on
got
because
black,
he's
he got
being blackmailed
yeah,
to. Yeah.
to stay on. That's either way. Yeah. But he's still gonna be hard to work with. So it's good.
So he goes to try and get control from the commissioner's underlings because
Yep.
power in numbers,
Yep.
strength in numbers.
and get him kicked out a different way. So very interesting in that sense. Fisk has and the only other thing that I am curious, like you kind of mentioned it, Fisk was just talking about like we're doing this for a higher reason, a bigger. You
What's
think
bigger than mayor?
president? You
President.
think he's going for president or governor? or
They're
whatever.
doing that Lex Luthor
Maybe.
route. It's
Maybe.
like I
Well-
wouldn't put it past him. You know, whether or not he's able to do that doesn't matter. The idea behind him trying to move up
100%.
higher and do something like that, that alone is terrifying.
Yeah, very much so. It's very interesting, and then it's going to be interesting to see if the BB report is also going to be basically working for Fisk at some point in time. You know?
Yeah, because they're kind of setting it up like Peter Parker working for J.J. Jonah. So it's like J.J. obviously his idea is he wants just the truth out, but he also hates Spider-Man.
Right.
So without knowing that it's Spider-Man, he's trying to basically bury Spider-Man by any means necessary, and he'll do whatever he needs to do it. Not saying that he's breaking the law, but he wants the image he has of Spider-Man is just bad.
Though, yeah.
So on this side, using BB, which is also bad because this is kind of the reason why her mom's not around. Using that, it gives you a chance to find out what's going on with the average person.
Right.
And it gives you a chance to control
Yeah,
news.
planting seeds.
And planting
Yeah,
seeds
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So it's like, dude, you are so layered in the way you're trying to do things, because between that, messing with Matt's girlfriend, I know there's more to it than them just trying to get therapy. No. Fisk is doing that on purpose because it'll put her.
I don't think he is.
Well, think about it. When they first met, what
Right.
happened?
It was at the book signing.
It was
Right.
Buck that went,
Right,
and
right,
Buck is the underling.
Right.
He works for the man.
Right.
Right. So, ideally, they get her. Something happens, and she would need to give that information up. It puts Matt in the middle, but in the opposite direction, it puts her in the middle of her and Fisk on purpose.
Honestly, though,
so you mess up his personal
Right.
life, you mess with his mind, and that's what he's trying to
Though
do.
I do feel that it's either,
Maybe not, but
I do feel that it's Buck either on his own or taking Vanessa's.
No,
direct-
right there. I think
Kingpin would not really want anything to do with like Matt Murdock's girlfriend or whatever like that. Like I know, yeah, right.
The old one would, because it means it gives him
leverage.
for
But I don't
control.
think. I think he's.
But Vanessa
Right.
might, because
I do think Vanessa. Yeah.
Daredevil took Fisk from her.
Yep, 100%.
So this is her way of doing it back to him.
Right.
Woo!
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that works.
Rough.
We'll see how that works. I mean, there's a lot of layers to this to unpackage, and hopefully we'll get some of those answers as the episodes go by.
It'll probably be the 2 episodes later.
So
Instead of the next
this is
episode.
going to be an interesting season. I had it. I think
This is
I
only
might have
3 more episodes?
No, I sent it to you, but it's like the first week it's a 2 episode drop. Then this week it's a 1 episode drop. Next week I believe it's also a 1 episode drop. But then the week after that is going to be a 2 episode drop.
This is season finale.
No. Then they go back to 1 episode drop, a 1 episode drop, and then I think one more 2 episode or 1 episode.
How many
drop.
episodes are there again?
6
Is
or
it
8
8?
or something like
Really?
that. Yeah. Something like that.
I'm okay with.
But
I'm
it's an
okay.
interesting release schedule because they want, like, I guess, pinnacle episodes for a certain time. So
Yeah,
we will.
I guess they want the numbers. That viewing
or
numbers.
whatever works. So you know
makes
what?
sense.
And probably, you know what? Also, probably a mix of wrapping this up before Star Wars Celebration as well, because I'm
Would
sure,
it end right before it?
or even during, like, yeah, that's gonna
9
be hard.
episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be 9 episodes. Yeah.
9 episodes.
Yep. But there it is.
Yeah.
Does it show the release schedule?
And the
on there?
next,
Yeah, right.
next episode is actually
2 episodes or 1?
The third longest.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that doesn't show it. Yeah, but
Yeah, this doesn't show.
I think in about 2 weeks
That.
we're getting that. So either way, guys,
I hope so.
we'll be here for it. You guys, I hope you enjoyed the return of DC Sun is back.
Yeah, it's been a long road.
We're gonna try to figure out like how to record these earlier in the day and then do some streaming or something like that. And so you guys can communicate with him
And also in turn, I can communicate with you guys because I haven't.
100%.
Realistically, I haven't been very active on social media other than work posts and things of that nature, and partially because just in truth had a lot of things going on the personal and family side. Had some people pass and transitions and all that kind of stuff, so it'd been a bit heavy, so I needed to take a break, but
understood.
All good to see you guys. Love you guys and the support, not just from myself but from my bro, and see you next week.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week on the next episode of Daredevil Born Again. Peace, y'all. Bye. I'm on my hind legs, bro. Are you gonna put a milk crate around here?
Huh.
It's fun. Oh, the rock.
I wouldn't touch them.
The things we do for art.
Right here?
Yeah.
Right there, right? Whatever.
I know. It's better.
All right.
Put your weight to the front.
Okay, like that.
Yeah.
But that's
Hey, put your weight to the back. It's
I
gonna
need
make
to be
you-
a little further back though, right?
right about there. Basically where that white stone is, that line.
Right here, right?
Yeah, that worked.
All right, there you go. That's good.
Hold on. I'll show you why later.
Okay. All right.
The thing we do for art. Okay. Just don't keep moving because the stone's
I'm
there.
trying.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
I'd be delighted. Hold on, let me just get the other one.
It has. I was wondering if we could make a little reaction
Yeah. That was
after
good,
the trucks go by.
I'd be delighted to shut down all trucks in the vicinity.
All right, here we go.